Hi, it's Kathy, and welcome back to day 15 of Get Momentum. Today is a very exciting day, and it's the day that we create income for the first time in your business. Now, it may not be where you end up in your business, and you may not have a product and service that's something that's going to be in your portfolio for years to come, but it's the day when we start to bring in the first dollar, the first pound, the first euro, whatever the currency is, because you can't bank on success in your business unless you have actually put something out to test. We've talked already about speed of implementation, about getting something out there without taking months or years to perfect your offer. And even if you're in a very complex area, you have something with a long run-in, a manufacturing business, or something with a long research phase, then I would still challenge you to take your ideas to market and to see if there's anybody who's prepared to invest in you, to pay you in principle for something in the future, to invest in your startup costs rather than exchange for your products and services. Because if you want to create rapid income and you want to create a business very quickly, you need to have something that customers are willing to pay for. So let's get your products and service out there. You've heard me already say, I know, about not spending too long in that startup phase. And I do see it all of the time. I see entrepreneurs spending a long time perfecting their first product or service. And I really do encourage you to resist this. Yes, you will need some kind of strategy. You will need to have thought a little bit ahead. But the sooner you get out there and test something, the much better off you're going to be in business. And I just ask you to think about something like the television program, The Apprentice. Now, I'm not encouraging you rush into your business in the way that the candidates do, but just think about how quickly they are able to get something to market completely from scratch. It's often, I think at most, a few days from start to finish. And of course, they have some experts. They have people to advise them. They have people to help manufacture or design or produce the products that they're working on. But if you think about that in your context, then you too should be able to get your idea to market literally within a few days. Even if we outsource, even if we produce some kind of a prototype, some kind of a test product, we can still get ourselves out there. If you have some kind of service business, for example, if you're a photographer, there are places you will be able to go to today, business meetings, social clubs, where you can offer your services for just a small token price to find out if somebody's willing to pay for you, just to see if somebody's willing to bite on your training program, to call around a few contacts and see if you can make a couple of sales and start to gauge the reaction, because it's all about generating real income. As soon as you start to be paid, then you can move into the testing and the implementation phase. And I think this is the real work of a business. Once you've got your offer to market, then it's almost as if the real work begins, because you're constantly then testing and improving and adapting. At this stage, you don't really know what your market wants. You've done the research and you've asked people, you've put out your free offers, but until you know whether your product or service is going to work and that somebody's going to pay you for it, then you don't really know that you have a feasible business. And this is why it's so important to get those early sales. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the exercises that we've got out there. Okay, so there's a lot of information here. Obviously, you can print this off and read through it yourself. Now, one of the questions I get asked is, how soon is too soon to sell? And people say, I need to have business cards. I need my company set up. I need to have my IT system. I need a website. Well, you will need some basic infrastructure in place in your business. You'll need some kind of a trading structure. You probably need some kind of IT, access to a phone, some kind of basic systems. I appreciate all of that, but I still encourage you to move beyond the basics, because for every single person I see who goes to market too quickly, I probably see another 100 people who spend too long buying business cards, getting their website set up. You can do all of this as you go. So just ask yourself what you can actually do to interact with real customers, because today is the day that you're going to take an enormous step in your business. You're going to get real feedback. You're going to interact with real customers. And I want you to really be proud of yourself and really celebrate when you get to the end of today. Okay, so let's have a look specifically what you need to do. So you already know most of the answers to these questions. You know how you're going to differentiate yourself. You know what you're going to sell. You know what your first test product or service is. And you've thought about who you're going to offer this to. Now, your market might still be pretty broad. So I want you to think about who you've spoken to already. When you put your free offer out for sale, who were those people? Who expressed an interest? And who can you actually go out to make an offer today? So it's that phrase, the low-hanging fruit, I'm sure you've heard, where you want to try to pick off the easy fruit before you make things hard for yourself. And then I want you to actually go and put something out there for sale. So what are you going to put out that you can charge £100 or $100? Can you offer some kind of a coaching session, an advice session? Can you consult with somebody on their strategy? Are you providing some kind of a product that you can offer for sale? And even if you haven't got something that you can sell at that level, can you sell something for $50, for $25, or maybe you have $1,000 sale? So think about something you can actually offer today, and really I do mean today, and then go out and do it, because fast income is built on fast sales. This is where you really have a business, and this is where you really start to find a way to pay the bills and to get that income in. And I think the real juiciness in business is the combination of the ideas and the implementation. So you want the creativity, you want the specialism, you want the things that make you shine, and then you want the ongoing implementation, you want the doing, you want the motion, you want the movement. And the whole idea behind this guide is to get you into that momentum so that you create your business quickly and in the way that you want to, and in a way that's going to sustain you. You can go through this guide and you can understand the ideas at a conceptual level, but it won't really come together, and you won't really consolidate your learning until you actually try it out for yourself. So this is why I put so much emphasis on implementation, and again on fast implementation. So get your ideas out there, and then you're testing it. You can start to adapt. Of course, you test again, you adapt again, and you consolidate. Because the real work here is in the implementation. It's in making things better. It's responding to your customers' needs more effectively. It's improving your marketing. It's creating additional products and services. And the faster you get your first product out there, even if you think of it as a prototype, as your beta product, just get it out there and start to interact with customers. And the information you get back will be absolutely priceless to you. Okay, so I hope I've really encouraged you to just get out there and just start to test your business idea. Really create some real success for yourself. And if you've done that today, I want to just wish you an enormous congratulations. This is such a big achievement and in such a short space of time. So a huge congratulations. And if you want to take a break for a couple of days, that's fine. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for day 16.